Hey guys, I wanted to come to you with some great info that I'm getting from these books that I'm reading. Felt a big tug on my heart, kind of in the middle of December, to share what I'm learning. And I kind of resisted, and I kind of resisted in a big way. And I feel like now's the time. So this is going to be a short and sweet video. It's going to talk a little bit about habits and habit forming. So if that's something that you feel like, you know what, I've been hearing a little bit lately that I need to work on my habits, then you've landed on the right video. So let's talk about it. I'm going to go through the book, The Compound Effect, not word for word, obviously, because that would just drive you nuts. But I'm really excited about sharing what I'm learning from this book with you because, and I've read through the whole thing. This book, beginning of the year, if you're not reading a book right now, this is the book you need to pick up immediately. Put down all the other ones because what it talks about is really those little teeny tiny things that you might see as mundane, you might see as inconsequential or unimportant that you're doing every single day add up to a really big thing over your life. Something like eating marshmallows every day. It's going to add to your waistline by the end of the year, right? Like that's minor, but that's what I'm talking about. So, or spending 3 hours on TV, maybe an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, an hour at night watching The Tonight Show. Pull out a chunk of an hour and replace it with something that's going to benefit you and push you towards your calling, your future, your purpose, the things that God's put on your heart to run toward. From a girl who is a recovering terrible habit person. Habits to me scream boring, like not for me, not something I want to do, not something I have any interest in partaking in at all, okay? Because my habits are great. I don't need any help there, but you do, and I did too. So this is what I want to tell you. Your habits define where you head in life, okay? Your big overall goals are it comes down to that daily activity. It's all built in those minute habits that you do throughout your lifetime. Okay? If you want to be retired at 60, retired at 50, retired at 40, what you're doing today in those little habits is what's going to get you there. You're not just going to show up and be like, okay, I get to retire now. No, you had to do something to get there, right? So what Darren Hardy, love that book. What he talks about and focuses on is notifying, alerting your brain, your subconscious brain about the bad habits that you're doing and getting rid of them or eliminating them or really pulling back on them, doing less of those things, okay? Because some habits might not even be that bad, but maybe we need to redirect our focus so we can create the best habits for ourselves, for our future self that we're really working toward, right? So this is a perfect New Year topic. I've actually been inundated with this topic right now, and I feel like, well, clearly I need to be sharing it with other people too, because if I needed to hear it, I feel like other people need to hear it too. So that's why I'm doing this, okay? So a little bit of homework for you. Find a notebook. This one's pretty big. I mean, I can't put that in my pocket because it's really thick. I actually have like a small memo notebook that I used. And for me, the habit that I tracked that I realized and identified that was a bad habit for me, because I'm an artsy, creative type person, I can get distracted very easily. Like a sweet little yellow lab puppy dog, I can get distracted very easily. Like, oh, squirrel, like whatever. So that's just kind of my nature, my true nature. And so I want to help you. I knew that I needed to stay focused. So a goal of mine is to be focused and purposeful this year and to be so laser beam focused on what I'm doing. So what I did was identify the habit that was not helping me get there. What was it? Spending time on social media. Easy. I mean, I kept going, okay, no, it's got to be another habit. Nope. Spending time on social media. So what did I do? I got my notebook. I have a Fitbit, so it's easy for me because I can track the time. So that was something I needed to track. Maybe yours is lose weight. Maybe yours is cut out time on the TV. So you can say, okay, I didn't watch that show. And you know how long that show would have taken you to watch, etc. Okay. So you don't necessarily need a Fitbit to do that or a watch or a timer to do some of your habits. For me, I needed that. So what I did was I carried around, I only had to do this for 2 days to realize, okay, life needs to change. I had my my memo pad, my pen, my watch. So every time I got on social media, I had to set my watch to time it, to stopwatch it, you know, and I would write down, and I'd scroll through social media. I would like, post, pin, and then I got to jot down how much time that took me. I was kind of shocked with how long I would spend on social media the first day. The second day, I was so conscious of it. And even as the day went on, if I didn't have my notepad handy, I just didn't get on social media because I couldn't track it. And now when I'm on there, it's an immediate trigger in my brain saying, uh-oh, red flag, you're getting distracted from your focus, from your purpose, from your goal this year. Quit wasting your time. We all have the same amount of time in the day. It just comes down to how you use it. It is. It's all about how you use that time. It's about how you, all that time that you have, those 5 minutes, those 3 minutes, those little bits, chunks of time, maybe it's big chunks of time. It's about how you're using it to reach those gigantic goals. And it's about the habits that you've created and you're continuously doing. I hate consistency, but now I love it because of consistency, I can be more of a free spirit. It allows me more time, more room in my brain to be creative, to think of new things, to allow myself to expand where I'm headed in life. And so I really hope that this benefits you. I really hope you'll apply this concept by jotting down what it is, those bad habits that they are, whatever those are for you. They can be popping some chips in your mouth, eating the popcorn. They can be those chunks of time on the TV. It can be not utilizing the time that you have in the car by listening to NPR. Maybe you're listening to NPR. Maybe you're listening to the radio instead of enrolling in online rolling university where you're actually learning more about your trade. You're learning more about your practice. Guys, utilize that time to where you can be more beneficial in the long run. Identify that time, but you have to be aware of it. Something mentally happens, magical, I feel like, but it's not. It's science and it's a genius and it's great. It's the way you were made. It's the way God created you to be. But you get this notebook and you write it down, something happens. When you become aware, when you wake up that part of your brain, you're better. You become better. You do more. You become more. So I really hope that you'll apply this principle in your life, because I started to apply this maybe late December and my life's already different. My life's already changing. I'm already more on purpose. I'm already more purposeful. And that's going to continue to happen. And it's one tiny habit that I've changed. I know I've got more. I know I will identify more bad habits. But maybe that's where you start. One bad habit. Knock it out. Another one. Maybe, and it's not even knocking it out. Maybe it's reducing it. For me, it was reducing the amount of time I spent on social media. Now it's very simple. Social media is very purposeful for me. It's very functional for me. It's not necessarily a place to scroll mindlessly, right? I engaged that part of my subconscious that said, oh, okay, now I can relax. No, I don't do that anymore. We all have 24 hours. Guys, I sleep really good at night now. I don't have this wandering brain anymore because I've gotten it done during the day. And I've used all my energy, and I go to bed grateful every single night that I've used it all. And I really hope that you'll take the time to really find out what those bad habits are so you can live in your calling. We're all better when we live better, right? You're going to benefit other people when you do that. It's not just yourself. Thanks for watching.